Welcome back, everyone. Today, I'm going to walk you through part 4 of Define Your Destiny and Plan Your Passion into Action. I want you to take action. I'm going to teach you how to backward plan and break down your goals into actionable steps. You're going to break them into monthly projects and weekly and daily tasks. Estimate the amount of time and resources needed to complete the projects, and then identify the steps and the sequence to complete those steps. So make sure that you have completed days 1 through 3, where you define your why, create your mission, and then define your goals. Also, be sure to print out the PDF worksheet for today's episode, which is located in the show notes. Let's get ready to grow. Are you stressed and anxious at work and feel like your life is out of control? Do you want to work from home and own your own business and own your own time, but don't know what to do or how to do it? Do you have interests and passions you want to pursue, but feel like you're stuck in your 9 to 5? Are you ready to follow God's plan for your life? Welcome to Choose Your Best Yes. Maybe you keep trying different MLMs and other side hustles that don't seem to work, but you know there has to be a better way. In this podcast, you will learn to hear and listen to God's voice, calm the chaos in your work and personal life, and battle and win the war against stress and anxiety. Hi, Kindred. I'm Mel, a professional woman, entrepreneur, coffee, and Jesus lover. I've tried every MLM and other way possible to start my own business. And after trying to be someone I'm not for far too long and wasting a lot of time and money in the process, I finally realized those paths didn't use my gifts, talents, and skills and were not the path that God has laid out for me. I finally stopped listening to the world's view of success and started listening to Him and following His blueprint for my career. And now my mission is to empower you to dig deep and know when to say yes to the things that God wants you to and no to everything else. Let me help you learn to move forward and pursue your passions and stay emotionally healthy while doing it. Imagine working from home in a career you love and scheduling your entire day your way. If you're ready to ditch that unfulfilled life for the life God meant for you and get your message out into the world, then you're in the right place. Kindred, let me show you how to calm the chaos in your life and pursue your true passions with an online business you love. Use your God-given gifts and talents and persevere toward your personal and professional goals. Grab your coffee, notebook, and pen and relax in your favorite spot. Kindred, it's time to take notes and grow yourself God's way. As you learn a little bit more about me, you will see that I love quotes. And I found one today from Dale Carnegie that says, "An hour of planning can save you 10 hours of doing." So when you're thinking about or wanting to transition from your current job and begin working from home, you're going to have to work smarter, not harder, because right now you're basically working 2 jobs. And you have to be very efficient to get things completed and not get overwhelmed. I've already mentioned several times that I have an ADHD brain, and for me to be more efficient, I have to have a plan that's visual. I have to see it broken down into steps just because I tend to get off task very easily. So if I don't see it, then I'm going to have 5 other things happen in my day, and it's going to take my focus off of that specific task that I want to complete. So today, we're going to make a plan to achieve the goals that you want to accomplish. You're going to think about what are you going to do, when are you going to do it, and how much is it going to cost. We're going to, in essence, take the big goal and we're going to break it down into projects and then even smaller bite-sized tasks. You're also going to estimate the time and resources, which would be money and or people, that you need to complete each step on the list. And if you're just like me, when you are first starting out, the person that's going to be completing all these tasks, it's going to be you, my friend. And if you don't have a good, solid plan about how to complete each of these tasks or projects, you are going to get completely overwhelmed. You're not going to be focused. And this is where people tend to either not do anything at all because they don't know how to begin, or they start and they're so overwhelmed and things are such a jumbled mess that they give up. And we don't want that to happen. So you've already defined your big goals. So now what I want you to do is think about those goals and think about 2 or 3 big projects that it's going to take to complete this one big goal. So let me back up for just a second. So you have your big goal. That's going to be like, say, your yearly goal. Then you're going to have your projects. These are going to be more like your monthly or bi-monthly goals. So we're going to take one of those monthly goals and we're going to break that down even farther. And we're going to identify the steps and maybe even the sequence to achieve the goal. So what I want you to do is take your PDF worksheet that you have printed out from the show notes, and you're just going to write out a random list of all the things that you need to do, all the steps, all the resources that you need to accomplish this goal. On that worksheet, there is a little section called Brain Dump. Do not worry about putting this in any kind of order. Just get everything down. Think of all of the things that you need to do to accomplish the goal and write them in this section. Now that you've got that done, what I want you to do is to take all of those pieces and put them into groups. You may need another piece of paper or work on the back of the sheet so you have more space. So just make these into groups. Take all of these pieces, make them into groups. So I'm going to talk that out for you about what that looks like. Here is an example. My big goal or my yearly goal, which may not be a year, by the way, it could be a longer amount of time or a shorter amount of time, is to set up the mechanics of my podcast efficiently. So project number 1, my monthly goal. So I'm going to say December. Set up recording area. Week 1, day 1, I'm going to buy the equipment from Amazon. Week 1, day 2, I'm going to get the desk or table area prepared and ready to go. Day 3, set up equipment when it arrives. And yes, we all have Amazon and we have Prime delivery, so we can get it in a couple of days. So yay. Project number 2, monthly goal, this is also in December, is to prepare podcast episodes. So remember that you can have multiple projects going at one time as long as you don't overwhelm yourself and overcommit your time. So if you're putting this down on paper and you can see exactly what it looks like, you can make sure that you have time in your day, because again, you're working 2 jobs basically. So you want to make sure that your day is structured so you're able to complete these tasks in the amount of allotted time. So when you're working on something one day, you may have free time from a project from another day, and vice versa. So let me see, where was I at? So project number 2, which is also December, is to prepare the podcast episodes. So task or week 1 is day 1, write out the outlines or the scripts for, say, 4 episodes. I want to be 4 episodes banked, ready to go in case something happens. Day 2 and 3 of that task or that project, I'm not doing anything because I'm working on my other project on those days. Day 4, I'm going to record and edit 2 episodes. Day 5, I'm going to record and edit 2 more episodes. And then another task, which would be week 2. I'm not going to do anything day 1 because I already have 2 other things that I'm doing. So day 2, I'm going to organize Google or OneDrive or whatever it is that you use. Make sure that you're using something that is effective for you. Do not use something just because somebody recommends it if you find it hard to use. I prefer Google because I'm comfortable with that. It's easy for me to manage. Much easier than, say, Microsoft or OneDrive, but you use whatever you are familiar with. And then day 3, week 2 of project number 2, I'm going to create my podcast catalog of episodes or add to it, whatever I need to do to get that organized. And you might want to have an accountability partner. Just maybe like you need a pep talk, or when you aren't prioritizing, or you just need a thought partner. So what I would like for you to do, if you can't find someone, or even if you can, we would still love for you to join our Facebook group, Choose Your Best Yes. And let me give you an example of what I mean by an accountability. So I like to speak life into things, because if I verbalize it, I put that out there and people see it, then I am held more accountable. When I was working on my dissertation for my doctorate degree, time was getting down to the wire. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to hold myself accountable. So I went on Facebook. I made a post about my goals. I'm going to do this, this, and this, and I'm going to be able to graduate by December. And just the fact that I put that on there, people saw it. I didn't want to not accomplish that goal since I had made it public. I made sure it happened. And so being accountable in a group like that or publicly helps you to stay focused and achieve those goals. So let's recap. Now that you've identified your goals from part 3 of this 5-part series, you're going to make a plan to achieve them. You're going to break those goals into monthly projects and weekly and daily tasks. You're going to estimate the time and resources to complete these tasks. You're going to identify the steps and the sequence to complete these steps. And remember, your why and your vision remain constant, but your goals are fluid. Once you accomplish a goal, you can create more goals. If you're not continually making new goals, then your business becomes stagnant and you do not grow. Okay, I know that was a lot of information in a short amount of time. Feel free to listen to this podcast episode over as many times as you need to. Be sure to download that worksheet so it'll help you walk through the steps. But before you go, I want to let you know that I will be giving away 2 VIP strategy sessions where you can get clarity on how to pursue your purpose and define your destiny. All you have to do is listen, rate, and review the show. Then take a screenshot and post it on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter and tag me. I hope you got some information today to help your business grow. Love you, friends. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.